Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to Monthly Themed Thursdays. Well, it's a new month, therefore, we have a new theme. And our new theme is going to be inanimate object horror movies. And my first pick is The Lift. Take the stairs, for God's sakes, take the stairs. The Lift is a 1983 film which runs approximately 98 minutes and is written and directed by Dick Moss. Now, his name should sound fairly familiar to those of you who have seen or heard of Amsterdam and also Saint. And he also did a remake of his own film, The Lift, called The Shaft, or also known as Down. Now, this stars Hugh Staple as Felix Adler, Wilk von Ameroot as Meek de Beer, and Liz Snoink as Vaughn. You have to bear with me here. This is a Dutch horror film, and yeah, look, the names are a little hard to pronounce. Now, this was shot in 30 days on a very small budget, and I thought that this part was really interesting, actually. That Dick Moss needed the help of an elevator company in order to shoot this film. So he went out and found an elevator company willing to help out because they thought it was a great idea. And like I said, they were willing to help out his film. So I'm not going to say much about this because I feel like this is one that a lot of people haven't seen. And to be honest, I was late to the party with this one myself. So, um, the lift is about a newer building that's been put up, and a three elevator system has been put in that is starting to give this building problems. And what I mean by problems is people are starting to get picked off mysteriously by this elevator. So, like I said, Dick Moss, I'm going to leave it there, by the way. Dick Moss also made The Shaft, which is a remake of his own film, The Lift. And I didn't like The Shaft the first time I saw it. And it's starting to grow on me now, but I think I realized in watching The Lift what The Shaft is missing. And I think The Shaft takes itself too seriously and takes the overall subject matter too seriously, where The Lift is a fun, cheesy, wacky 80s slasher movie. I mean, it technically is a slasher movie. So, what makes it cheesy? Okay. You have the acting, you have the mean spiritedness, and I'll give an example. A blind man is getting ready to go onto the elevator, and it makes it so that he doesn't have an elevator to go into, if you understand what I'm saying. And I don't know, that cheesiness of being mean spirited and also being able to laugh at it at the same time, to me, is pure 80s. Not to mention, every time something happens, you get a kind of a wacky synth score, which is pretty much um, synonymous with 80s slasher films and 80s horror films in general. Now, from what I'm to understand, Dick Moss did the music to this. He wanted to, kind of like John Carpenter did Halloween, so on and so forth. And I think the music really fits this film. I really like it. I also found out that this actually made a big splash in Cannes. So, because it did so well, Warner Brothers actually bought up the distribution rights. Now, what's weird about that, because they do have as one of the special features, because I watched every special feature on here because I'm just a big fan of this film. They have posters and artwork from the various releases of The Lift. And most of them are Warner Brothers. except for the one that I used to see all the time in the video stores in America. Now, one of the reasons I was late to this film is because it was a foreign movie, um, and it wasn't in all the shops. But I finally, in my 30s, decided to rent it, and I just loved it. I thought it was great. So, yeah, this is a fun one. I'm so glad Blue Underground released this. The thing I was getting at before is that our release in the States was from media. Now, I don't know whether Warner Brothers had something to do with media, but it seemed like everywhere else it was released, it was Warner Brothers, but not America. We had the media. And this was the cover. This is what captured my imagination when I was younger and just always wanted to see it. And I was not disappointed when I did. So definitely check out The Lift. Now, the Blue Underground is the original language, so you have to read subtitles. Now, if you do find a media release, I believe that's English dubbed, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time, but check out The Lift, and don't forget to check out what Joe picks this week for Monthly Themed Thursday. Physical media matters. And until next time, peace.